What is going on, everyone? So this is my first stream back in Orlando, Florida. So this is really a test stream. I see that there's people viewing it already. I saw that there was people viewing it before I even hit go live. I have no idea how that's possible, but I guess that's why we are testing things. What is going on, NTTRM? I have no idea how to attempt to pronounce that. So yeah, so today's stream, once I figure out if things are working, we are going to make some boiled peanuts and chat about whatever you want. I'll chat about my travel back from Los Angeles to Orlando, Florida, and talk about some boiled peanuts. Let me figure out how to promote this on Instagram real quick, and we'll get started. How's it going, Catherine? Fishy Smith. And greetings from Greece. Whoa, all right. From, how do you pronounce that? Anast. And let me make an Instagram story and see where this is even going. Can you all hear the audio okay? Can you hear the music? Can you hear my voice? What is going on, everyone? Patience while my not knowing how to do anything self figures this stuff out. Wolf Band. I've not heard of them. Whoa, how's it going from Japan? That's cool as hell. Let me tell everyone on Instagram that we're doing this. What's going on, everyone? I am on YouTube Live right now. I'm not actually sure of the URL because this is my first time doing this in a very long time. I think it is youtube.com/veganblackmetalchef/live. But if it's not, just go to the Vegan Black Metal Chef channel, and I believe you can just find it there. I will see you there for this first little test stream. What's going on, everyone? I am on YouTube Live right now. Oh yeah, so you can Shazam it. Oh, that's thanks for that info, Reaction FR, because I thought that was a little extra checkbox that I had to pay for when I uploaded it. Y'all probably don't really care about that, but I didn't check that little checkbox. But I guess it's on Shazam anyway, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so this is my new album. I wrote an industrial album. It's a little 6-song industrial album. I've had these songs for a really long time, most of them, and I've written a lot of electronic music and never released a single thing. So I was feeling pretty terrible about that for a while. So I was like, nope, I gotta release some of these things. So this is the new album. The first Forever Dawn album was more of a mixture of industrial black metal, and the next album, or the next EP, I guess, does anyone release albums anymore? I guess some bands do. The next 6-song album will be more like the first one, The Long Journey Home, with more of a metal focus. Vegan Voyager says, nice, where can we buy it? Yeah, you can buy it on Bandcamp, foreverdawn.bandcamp.com. And I should probably put that up there. Put that in the chat somewhere. We'll have to figure that out. I'll put that up a little bit later while we make some peanuts. So ordinarily with the Vegan Black Metal Chef everything, I try to focus on doable veganism for the masses. This is stuff that anyone can do. I think I live a very doable form of veganism. But this, however, is not really going to be exactly for the masses, simply because this one ingredient I found to be slightly difficult to get. And you might be thinking, what the hell, dude, peanuts, they're everywhere. That is true, but to make boiled peanuts, which is kind of a southern delicacy, the most addictive snack in the world, you need raw peanuts. Or also you can get green peanuts, which are even more perishable than these. These are not roasted peanuts. If you get them roasted, I don't believe they'll ever get soft. Now, I haven't tried that in an Instapot, so maybe that would work, but probably not. You need raw peanuts. And in Florida, this bag is like $5 at a place called Fancy Fruits and Produce. I got this giant bag, 2-pound bag of raw peanuts for like $5. And ordinarily you can't find them everywhere. And ordinarily they're not quite that cheap, except in places that grow peanuts. So a lot of people have asked about these in general. So I'll show people how to make them. And it's a fine first test live stream. But it's not doable veganism for the masses. So if you can find them, awesome. If not, that's fine too. Take a look at the chat real quick. What's going on from Colombia? That's cool as hell. We got people from all over the world watching this. This is pretty awesome. Vaughn, glad to see you uploading video. Hell yeah. Sounds a little bit like Combi Christ. Yeah, totally. Combi Christ is a solid band. I've seen them live many times. So some of you people are liking industrial. I wasn't sure how many people like me also enjoy that kind of stuff. So yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and test out these different little camera angles real quick, since this is this first little test stream. So we got a crock pot here. And we've got just some simple ingredients. I have cut up some onions and bell peppers and some Thai green chilies. We have some onion powder and garlic powder. Some Creole seasoning, because these are going to be Cajun boiled peanuts. Eventually that'll focus. Tony Sassery's Creole seasoning. In the US, you can find this pretty much anywhere, but any Creole seasoning will do. I found it all over the world. Some consommé. This is just vegetable broth. And any powdered vegetable broth. Now, I show this one because in the United States, you can find this in a lot of just regular grocery stores. But I don't care what vegetable broth you use. I mean, you can get liquid ones. This is a popular one that I found in other places of the world. You can get different ones at the Asian store. There's really, really a ton. And what's going on, Laura from Mexico? And yeah, all right. And some salt. We got some salt and some sriracha. So once again, this is incredibly easy to make. I'm gonna move this camera a little bit. So we're just gonna pour our peanuts into this crock pot. I'm gonna make the whole damn bag because these are so addictive and they save really well. I've never tried freezing them. I usually just put them in Tupperware containers and put them in the refrigerator. And they don't last long enough to go bad. and as in you eat them too fast. And maybe they do go bad, but there's enough salt and other things in this that it'd be a lot of pretty tough for this stuff to go bad. And we're just gonna toss in our ingredients. We're just gonna toss in the onions and peppers. These are these Thai green chilies. I don't know how well you can see that. Hopefully it'll focus in on it. And this just adds some extra heat. Then we're gonna add a ton of water to this. Narita Airport in Japan. So famous peanut producing area. All right, so you might be able to get something like this, or make something like this over there. You'll blow away all of your friends with the southern U.S. craziness. So I lived in Los Angeles for 4 years, and I recently moved back right before the quarantine hit, and glad to be back in Orlando. I love Los Angeles, and love Orlando too. Both places are really awesome for a lot of different reasons. And so I finally rebuilt out this dungeon, and everything is wired up for streaming really easily. So as long as everything works well, then I'll be doing this a whole lot. Vegan Voyager said, what got you into veganism and why did you go vegan? And Reaction FR says, peanuts are still in their shell. Yes, the peanuts are still in their shell. Now, I'll answer the veganism question in a second, but what this is gonna do is you're not gonna eat the shell. You're just gonna eat the peanut inside, and it's gonna turn it into this soft, meaty, like savory, almost like if peanuts turned into savory mashed potatoes. That's almost the texture and consistency. And so yeah, you leave them in the shell, and we're going to boil them in the shell. And so what got me into veganism? So I'm gonna make a video that will reference a lot of these, because a while back when I did some live streams, I got a lot of these questions as well. And it was a lot of the same questions, which is fine and cool, because a lot of people wanna know these different things. But I'll probably make a video that just sort of references these questions in general. But I went vegan back in somewhere around 2000 or 2001, and I think I have the most common why I went vegan story ever. I had a girlfriend in late high school that went vegetarian, and I saw that as the right way to go. But I said, well, you know what? I see that as the right way to go, but I'm not ready for that. So I didn't do anything. And about a year went by, and I was in college, University of Florida at the time. And I looked back at her and said, well, she didn't die. So what am I so afraid of? And I recognized it as like a fear within myself. And I didn't want to be afraid. And it was a fear of like nothing. I mean, like how can you be afraid of going vegetarian or going vegan? And so I didn't want to be afraid of nothing. So I conquered that fear and went vegetarian for about 2 months. And then I went to an animal rights group that had just formed at University of Florida where I was going, and went to one of their meetings and saw a couple of videos. I think it was like a PETA Meet Your Meat thing. and saw some videos and said, okay, now I'm vegan because after you see videos, I mean, nowadays I would encourage people to watch Earthlings or Dominion. And if you can watch that and at the end of it just go, yeah, no, I don't see a problem here, then at least you own it, but you need to check your brain or something. So I just added a bunch of water. Now it doesn't matter how much water. These things are all gonna cook. These are gonna cook sort of down anyways, and you're gonna have to refill the water as it evaporates eventually. But now we're gonna just go ahead and add spices. So I added a bunch of water, and these things are just floating in the water right now. I mean, there's just a ton of water in there, but it doesn't matter as much. Bishop said, I know you're Floridian, West Palm, and to drive up there for good metal shows or at the Churchill's in Miami. Yeah, the Orlando metal scene actually used to be crazy, in a good way. Like competing black and death metal shows, a couple times a month. Let's go ahead and we're gonna add the Creole seasoning. So we're just gonna add a ton of spices. Hopefully you can see that all right. Bunch of Creole seasoning. You can use fresh garlic, but we're just gonna add the garlic powder and onion powder. This is creating a cloud of spices that it's killing me. Ever do peanuts and cola? Is that a thing? I have no idea. I've never seen that. Tell me about that in the chat. Have you ever had peanuts and cola? And what's that like? Just gonna add a bunch of sriracha. And how spicy it is optional, of course. I like mine kind of spicy. And you're gonna, well, I'll make a video with the follow-up to this, but if you make these yourself, you're gonna see that these, as everything cooks down, it becomes this like crazy broth and full of like the peanut oils and all sorts of everything that just make this this crazy broth, and it looks like this awesome brownish alchemy has happened. I'm also gonna add some of that vegetable broth. Some powdered vegetable broth. And mix this all together. Sriracha rules, damn straight it does. So once again, for those of you that are just tuning in now, the music that you're hearing, this is a new album that I just put up. It's on all the streaming services. You can find it on Spotify, Bandcamp, everything. If you look in on my Instagram, you will see a link in the bio. And said pour peanuts in the cola and then just eat it and drink it. So you're talking about just like roasted peanuts and put them in the cola. All right. Whatever. Maybe it's good. Who knows? I'll give that a try, actually. It says the music is just a hair louder. All right. Let me bring it up a little bit. That's why I'm doing this test to see what works. Is that good? Is that too loud? Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is not a set recipe thing. Responding to Ace Lightning. So, I mean, at its most basic level, like when you see boiled peanuts in Florida, for some reason, you can almost never get them at a restaurant, even though everybody loves them. And it's like almost like restaurants would be embarrassed to sell boiled peanuts because you can only find them usually outside of the city, unless at a gas station. You can find them at gas stations, like in the cities. But you usually have to go a little bit outside the city to like a rural area, and then along the side of the road, there'll be some wizardly looking dude with like an old cowboy hat with like a cauldron that probably is 40 or 50 years old, and there'll be little handwritten signs like stuck in the side of the road that says boiled P-nut, and it will never write out the word peanuts. It just says P-nut, and then you pull over the side of the road and you get a cup of boiled peanuts. And so, so usually you'll find them in two flavors here. They come in regular or Cajun. And regular is really, I mean, even just salt and water. And so, and sort of the peanut broth alchemy. So I'm gonna add a bit of salt now. And as these cook, you'll have to just sort of determine how much salt you want, because you have to just sort of taste them. So that's pretty much it. What I'm gonna do is you just cover it up and we plug in. Excuse me, spices are killing me. Plug in the crock pot. You can start it off on high, but then I'll switch it to low. And you cook it for 2 days. 2 damn days. So when you make this, don't expect to eat them right away, because it takes like 2 days to make these things. But there's a couple little tricks and secrets on this. Throughout the cooking process, water is going to evaporate out, and you're going to have to add more water. And so just make sure that there's tons of water in there. You just want plenty of water. And also, I like to have them kind of wet when they're done. And surprisingly, that doesn't happen right away. So even after like 2 days, you try one and you make sure it's soft. Once they're really soft and flavorful, then they're ready, but they're going to be dry. So what you have to do is you have to turn off the heat and just let it sit for like an hour or so. And then that water is going to kind of go back in the peanut shells, and they'll be wet and soft. And that's pretty much damn it. What's your favorite cuisine to cook? Conversely, what's your favorite cuisine to eat? Really, all types of cuisines. That's why in the Satanic Spellbook, it's sort of separated into bastardized versions of different cuisines. I guess, I mean, I cook Asian stuff quite a bit, and I'll start doing some live streams about what I buy in Asian stores, because I think a lot of people don't know just the amount of different things one can get in Asian stores. And it's pretty mind-blowing. I think a lot of people enter Asian stores and they look around, they're like, okay, I'll buy some soy sauce, and there's an entire aisle of noodles, so I'll get some noodles. And that's pretty much it. Fishy Smith says, can you do vegan chili? Yeah, not right now because I'm not sure if I have all the ingredients. I got to go shopping for some more vegetables. But in the next couple live streams, I'll definitely do some chili. But there's also the chili episode and the Chipotle Crimson Hell vegan black metal chef episode. That description fits guys selling peanuts and the guys selling pork cracklings. Yeah. We need some heavy metal playing to close this out. Well, this is the new album listening party. So you're listening to my new industrial album. The next one I write will be more of the industrial black metal, but I had a lot of these songs for a while, so had to get them out there. Would pressure cooking or even pressure canning be viable with this recipe? I believe so. I don't have an Instant Pot, which maybe I'll go out and just buy one this week to try things out like that. But I think an Instant Pot might make this faster. And pressure canning, I have no idea. Do you solely live off of boiled peanuts? I wish. That would be a fantastic life. Shop in Asian stores a lot. And about doing a video on a curry dish. Okay, absolutely. Yeah, I will. I guess a couple different curries. I mean, I've done some Indian videos already, and I've got the Thai curry in the book, but I'll be sure to do a live stream on the Thai curry in the book, and it's pretty easy. But yeah, thanks everyone for checking out the test live stream. I'm just gonna cycle through the little views that I have set up to make sure everything works. And yeah, I'm going to be doing this a whole lot more. So I'll figure out how to promote it a little bit better and make some sort of structure, hopefully, about when I come on. But I feel like it's almost going to be whenever I'm making dinner or something like that for the next little bit until I figure out a structure. You need to restart the album. It ended. Oh, I thought I had it on a loop. Hold on a second. Maybe I didn't. Thank you, though. Let me fix that. Restarting the album now. If I can get the cursor over there. Oh, got the wrong device. So I'll show you what I'm using as a mouse. I've got this Wacom tablet, and it's because I have wrist issues. Back when I was in school, I used to be a computer programmer. That's what I studied. I studied behavioral neuroscience and computer science at University of Florida. And so I used to be a computer programmer in a brain lab. And during that time, I developed severe tendinitis and like precarpal tunnel syndrome. And it plagues me even to this day. So I can't use a regular mouse. I have to use like this little Wacom tablet and this pen thing. And if any of you have that, then this is a game changer. How's it going, Vera? Stream to Twitch. I'll stream to Twitch eventually. I'm going to be doing some other stuff on Twitch, hopefully. And the chats. But yeah, just wanted to jump on here, do this test stream, show some boiled peanuts. I'll make a little video with the follow-up to that to show you what they look like in the end. And thanks y'all for stopping by, and I'll do a whole lot more of this. So once again, check out the new album on Spotify. Forever Dawn is the band name, and Lightbringer is the album. And if you just look on the Instagram or the Facebook, Vegan Black Metal Chef, or on Instagram, Vegan BLK MTL Chef, you'll find it. So I'll catch y'all later.